I was just talking about how I felt so connected to my dad right now. Like my dead dad, and her dead dad. And I said, what? That's crazy that you say that. But the why isn't up to me, is it? That's what I'm learning. The why is not up to me. Guys, the craziest thing just happened to me. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what just happened. Okay, so a little background. I never go to Randall's. Jesse and I went this past week and I was like, oh, a Randall's, okay, cool. So this morning I was watching a sermon. I'm not a huge religious person and I'm really trying to let go and let God take over my life because I can't fucking do it anymore. But that's not even the point of this. So I listened to a sermon today and it was all about just kind of letting go, keeping the outside noise away and being aware of God speaking to you and being intuitive and being like one with God's plan and listening, not listening to all the noise. You deep down know what's meant for you. You deep down know what have you been avoiding. Like that's kind of what the sermon was. So I was already like, whoa, this is a lot. I was like, that's a lot. So I thought that was the sign. The sermon was the sign. That's all it was, okay? No, Randall's changed my life. So I was already kind of like, wow. For those of you who don't know, my dad passed away in August, 8 years ago in August. I hate August. It's the worst fucking month to exist. Okay? So I was already sad and I was already thinking about it and I was like in tune with God, in my feels about my dad, and that's just what it is. Okay, then I'm driving home and I already just kind of feel connected in a line. And I was like, I really have to go get milk. But I didn't want to go to the huge HEB because it's so fucking crowded. And I was like, I just don't want to be in crowds right now. So I was like, I should go to that Randall's. Then I missed my exit. I'm in line at the light and I'm like, oh, I missed my turn. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna swoop in there. Like, fuck it. I need to go to Randall's. Like, I just need to go. Which is weird because I had a little bit of milk. Like, something was telling me go to Randall's. Wonder why. Then I walk into the flower section and I was just like, I should buy myself some flowers. Like, this is nice, this is chill. And I forgot my headphones. Since I have moved into this apartment, I have not been alone to a grocery store without headphones on because I'm always listening to a podcast. I want to avoid the crowds. I want to kind of feel in my own zone. Like, I don't want to be like bombarded by all this noise. Like, no, it's just not the vibe. Not at Randall's. So I'm walking around, I'm just like feeling it. I get some wine and I go to checkout. And I get in a different line, and I always go to self-checkout. No, I get into a different line for normal checkout, no headphones on, definitely gonna have to talk to people. And then I get up to this lady, Diane. You have changed my life, Diane. And she's like, how old are you? To buy the wine, obviously. And I'm like, 24. And she's like, wow, you're such a baby. All I can tell you is live your life to the fullest. Don't hold back and be present in your moments. And I was just like, oh my God, that's crazy you say that, because me and my boyfriend have always debated about moving states. Like, guys, I've been thinking so hard if I am called to move states, to move somewhere else, to experience something different, to get out of this culture and experience something new. I am called. I can just feel it, that like something is meant for me elsewhere, okay? But that's not the point of this. She goes, I said like, yeah, that's so funny you say that because me and my boyfriend have been like debating about if we should move states, like kind of live life to the fullest. She's kind of like, whatever. And she goes, you need to move to Florida. And I said, what? That's crazy that you say that, because I have literally been debating about moving to Florida so bad. Jesse has been applying to jobs in Austin, in Miami, in Sarasota, and we just went to Key West with my brother. My brother moved to Key West unexpectedly a couple years ago and loves it. It changed his life, changed the entire trajectory of the rest of his life. And I was like, oh my God, that's insane that you said Florida. Did I say Florida? Did I say and she was like, no, you didn't say Florida. She goes, I'm so in tune with God. I just lost my dad. She goes, I see things, I feel things, like I just know. I've lost so many people. I lost my dad. I was just talking about how I felt so connected to my dad right now. Like my dead dad, and her dead dad. That's already fucking crazy, just that alone. And then she was like, oh my gosh, like this is crazy. Like I'm just so in tune, like you have to go to Florida. Like something is meant for you there. And she goes, specifically Miami. Mic drop, guys. I am obsessed with Miami. That is the place that I want to go. I literally went to Miami last year and I was like, we should actually move here. And it's also like the closest main city to Key West where my brother is at. And it's really close to my aunts and an uncle. and I fucking love it, and there's tons of stuff there. And she was like, whoa, like I swear I just see things, like you have to go now. Like this is like I don't know why I said that. Like I just blurted that out, like I'm so sorry. And I was like, what the hell is happening? And then I say, okay, this is crazy. And I go, what kind of degree do you think I'm in? I said degree. I didn't say career, I said degree. So she could have thought I was still in college, you know? And she goes, let me think. She goes, social media. Bruh. And then I was like, are you kidding me right now? I was like, have you been stalking me? Who are you? Who are you, Diane? And she was like, yeah, like social media or marketing. I am literally a director of marketing and I do social media. I didn't have my phone out, I didn't have my camera out, I didn't have my headphones on. Like, this is what I'm wearing. Does this look like a social media girl? Not really. Just the fact that I'm young and like wearing makeup maybe. No. Like most social media girls, like this isn't my cute outfit. This is like a random ass shirt and some fucking pajama shorts. And this is a Saturday. Like it's not like, nothing was giving social media. I didn't even have a purse. Like I was literally just had my wallet and my phone. Guys, I can't even cut this fucking flower. I am shook it. Like not only the social media, not only the Florida, not only the exact city. Huh? Guys, like God works in crazy ways. It would have been easier if she had just said Austin, but now I just feel like so confused. Not even confused. I know that there's something for me in Florida. I have been thinking this myself. See this journal here? This is full of like, why does Florida keep coming up? Why? Like, I don't understand. It would be easier if I just stayed in Texas at this point, but something is calling me. I've been doing the devotional, the journal. Everything is leading me to Florida, guys. Every fucking thing. But you dip your toe and fear just takes over and you're like, it's easier just to stay here. It's easier. Why would I leave my job and my friends to go to Florida? Why? But the why isn't up to me, is it? That's what I'm learning. The why is not up to me. You are living for God's purpose. We are not living for ourselves. If you're a believer, you're supposed to believe that God has a purpose. If I move to Miami, I am equipped by God to be in this moment, and I need to walk in faith that things will work out for me. Even if it doesn't work out, it's a lesson. I can always come back to Austin. I can always come back to Houston. I am blown away. Like what else do I need at this point? This is a literal random beautiful wonderful stranger who says that she's so in tune with God and she has lost her dad, and they speak to her. And I lost my dad and he speaks to me, and I was very sensitive about it today. And then a literal fucking human angel tells me what I need to do. The question that I have been asking is answered, and I'm still too scared to do it. I don't know. I have goosebumps. I have fucking goosebumps. Goosebumps. What do you do with information like this, guys? What do you do when a literal walking angel, a walking vessel of God himself answers the questions you've been praying about, thinking about, journaling about? What do? You take action. How can I just sit here and be like, oh, everything's meant for me in Florida. I'm just gonna force this life to work out. Bro. And not even to mention, I asked her. I said, like, this is crazy. Like, I have been debating about moving to Florida, staying in Austin, or moving to Houston. And she goes, oh, no, don't go to Houston. Do not go to Houston. She's like, you have to go to Florida. But who are you? Who are you? Who are you? I have been struggling so hard. Like, my mom wants me to move back to Houston. Everybody wants me to move back to Houston, okay? But Houston is not meant for me. I was explaining to everyone, like, from my dad passing, when I just go to Houston, unless it's like a girls trip or like a weekend, like, all I can just think about is that life that I can't keep reliving, you know? You can't relive your childhood trauma. Like, I have to escape. That's what I've been saying. I was like, I feel like I just need to escape Texas to finally, like, build my own life, rather than going to the same house that my dad used to live in, driving past his grave site, going to all the places that I went with him when he was battling cancer for like 7 years. I don't want to do that. I can't do that. I love it, it's nostalgic, but I can't be going to like the same restaurant. I can't walk on the tennis court that my dad died on. Sorry, this is heavy. This is heavy, but I can't do that. And for some reason, I cannot shake Florida. This bitch didn't say, sorry, not a bitch. This woman could have said California, New York, like all the fucking famous places, but she says Florida. What the fuck, bro? And then she says Miami. Yeah, it's a big city, but like still. And then she guesses my job. And then she says don't go to Houston. God is telling me, no, Kaitlin, do not force yourself to be in places that aren't meant for you. Mic drop. I don't even know. I don't know what to do with this information. I cannot. What else do you ask for in these moments? When you're praying, God, give me a sign. Should I go here? Bitch, here it is, motherfucker. Am I listening? I'm listening. Will I take action? Probably not. Just kidding, I will. I have to take action. You only live fucking once, and I'm a huge advocate for that. Like, when you lose a parent, you only live fucking once. Like, my dad was my best fucking friend on the fucking planet. Oh my God, I have goosebumps. I'm gonna fucking cry. But God took that away from me. But there's a purpose behind this. Because if my dad was alive, I definitely would be in Houston. I would probably just be at some corporate job, etc., etc. But now I'm not. And now I'm in social media. And now I'm filming this video to help other people potentially and spread the word of Jesus himself with signs, real tangible fucking signs. I had to document this, guys. Let me open the journal and see if I have. Are you guys ready for this? These are written by me, myself. Okay, August 4th. I said, life is weird, isn't it? I'm feeling a little lost right now, and I know this is all temporary. It's up to God how my life will go. Something about what I'm doing right now just doesn't feel right, but I don't know what does. I was listening to a sermon and started to cry because I was so touched. Something about how God challenges you and how it's a setup. Sometimes we think the devil is testing you, but really it's God training you. Mic drop again. This is kind of stupid, but whatever. Yesterday I went shopping, which is fun, but I can't even really afford it, and I don't know why I'm living a lifestyle where my sole purpose and happiness is within buying things, making an aesthetic, cute, cozy life. That's what suburbia is. That's all I've ever known. Save your money, spend it on things you don't really need, monetary satisfaction. It's just not meant for me right now, and that's okay. I can be happy with my life for what it is, but I just know that there's something better for me, or I would rather see my family more, aka Houston. While I was in Key West, Florida, it felt so nice to walk around with Jesse, my boyfriend, walk and bike to places and have time. I'm not saying we have to move right now, but I just miss a slower life. I crave a slower life. I want to spend time with people and nature and not live in an apartment where you can't really walk to anything. Don't get me wrong, there are many enjoyable things about Texas, like my friends, my job, but I'm not sure if this is what I want. In some ways, I wouldn't mind easy if I could see my family, travel, see Jesse, maybe a little extra cash. Maybe I need to put matters into my own hands for now and really schedule out things out. This is all temporary. Everyone has to eventually go through a time in their life to see what they want to do. I'm feeling called to see what's out there and just vibe with the universe. I'm putting my input out there. Let's see what the output is. What the fuck, guys? What the actual fuck? Now this is the golden ticket. I was trying to be in tune with myself because I have always drowned everything out with noise. I've always drowned everything out with noise. I would listen to podcasts. When my dad died, I didn't spend longer than 30 minutes alone. I couldn't. One of my best friends, Bryn, just told me the other day, when my dad passed away, that I told her, I don't even remember saying this, that it really hits me when my dad died, when I was alone in the shower, because it was the only time I was ever alone, and I just couldn't even fathom that I lived in a world where my dad didn't exist anymore. Oh my God, it gives me goosebumps. I can't even believe that I have lived through this. I can't even, like, I feel almost like imposter syndrome that my dad died at 16. Like, it doesn't even feel real. Like, before that happened to me, I was like, when I thought of other people's parents dying, I was like, how could they survive that? I'm a fucking survivor, bro. I don't even know how I did it. Y'all want advice? I don't know. Anyways, I always drown out the noise, but this is the golden ticket, guys. Let me read this. I wrote down, you have to be in silence. Where is your brain going? What is it telling you? What is God telling you? What is the universe telling you? What are you telling you? Recently, I wrote this, aka Kaitlin, on August 4th, and it's August 10th or 11th. Recently, my intuition has been whispering. See family more often. Use this situation to my advantage. Post, journal, think, and reflect. Right here, guys. Listen up. Something is for me in Florida. Not California. Not Europe. Not New York. Not Nantucket. Not Cape Cod. Fucking Florida. Something is meant for me in Florida. I guess I can read the rest if y'all want to know. There is lessons in everyday life. Connect with friends. You don't care about shopping mainstream stuff. I'm about to uncover things in YouTube. Plan a coffee shop, but not yet. God still has other things in store for you. See the people that feel you. Find a community and church. I'm listening to sermons and they're telling me to move to Florida. Trust faith. God has a plan for you. What? The hell? And I put maybe go back to therapy. Oh, God knows I'm about to go back to therapy. What? Guys, I just don't even know. Okay, then the next day, on August 5th. Bro, I'm gonna throw up reading this. I'm not gonna read you everything because this is my private information, but I said, I was also thinking about how cool it would be to learn new things, really living anywhere. Just working at a coffee shop, workout classes, etc. All of it can really show you what's out there and doesn't have to be anywhere drastic. For some reason, my brain was thinking Florida. I was watching a YouTube video yesterday and the message was so powerful. Basically, we must follow our intuition, curiosity, and joy. Do we wake up every day and say, I'm living the life my soul wants? What does that look like for me? Bro, for me, self-discovery, empowerment, movement, a greater purpose in the work and hobby, coffee, chats, connection, freedom, joy, laughter, faith. Too often, we know some of our interests and curiosities where the joy lies. Not everyone is the same though. Someone we know is driven to open an art studio. They think everyone wants to do that. Wrong. I would never want to do that. We dip our toes in curiosity and then run back to reality because we're too conditioned. Your body says it's safe here. You fear the unknown and we retreat because our brain senses and associates fear with retreat and keeping with the same. It's easier and safer to just run back home and live in the suburbs, pay rent, save some money, get into debt because you owe your life to the system that you willingly succumbed to. It's safe in the suburbs. It's safe to do this. It's safe to go to college, get in debt, stay in debt, get a job to pay off that debt, buy a house, get in more debt, have kids, and then you're forced to stay there. That's what our parents did. That's what our parents' parents did. That's what our parents' parents' parents did. No. That's not meant for me, and this might not be meant for you. And that's why this situation is so fucking crazy. You retreat to fear. Buy a house that the bank told you can afford. Now you have the car and the house that you can't afford, only over time, and you only experience the joy in your life with baby toe dips, like going on a vacation for 5 days and that's it, and you don't do it again until the next year. Rather, living in that place that you love. You dip your toe that you've always known your curiosity is in, and you run back to reality because you're strapped yourself into a life of debt. But when someone wants to go into 5K of debt, not 100K, 5K, to travel or a gap year or something that isn't our societal standard, we're told we're going to fail, regret it, and it's gonna be so hard to recover. Is it really though? I think this life right now is gonna be harder to recover, being in $70,000 of debt now with a master's degree that I'm not even using. That seems fucking harder, doesn't it? Recover from what exactly? What's your definition of failure? I would argue that the life I just described is way scarier than experimenting. Seeing the world, a new city, a new culture, then make your judgment if you're a failure or a success. Guys, I'm just full of wisdom, basically. Follow your curiosity and joy fulfillment, even if it's for 6 months or a year, because it's not scary. Your plan right now will put you into debt anyways. It's just a matter of which one. Which situation do you want to be put into debt for? A life of experience or a car payment you can't afford? Ha! And you're strapped to your job because you made bad decisions right out of college because that's you. That's what you do. It's up to you. And I put, wow, mic drop. I didn't even know I had that in me. I still am shooketh. Guys, is this my purpose, sharing these things? Why am I picking up the camera saying this? I'm talking to myself. What? Then, on August 9th, we're approaching today, I said, I really want to feel at peace and walk in faith with the Lord. Trust his process and let go of control. He has the paintbrush and I'm just holding it. I don't need to be worried about divorce, death, because God knows my plan and he has and will equip me to handle anything that comes my way. I listened to Joe Dispenza the other day. Basically he said we need to meditate and visualize who and what we want to be. I don't even know what to do with this information. Guys, it's so hard when people tell you your purpose is elsewhere. But I would be dumb to not listen to Jesus himself. Like, what else do you need? I've always wanted to move. I've always wanted to experience something different. For some reason, I've been called to Florida. I will not shut up about Florida. Anyone who knows me in real life knows this bitch don't shut up about Florida. And I annoy all my friends about it. And only a few of my friends actually tell me to do it. And those are usually the people who are a little bit more in tune with themselves, in my opinion. So here I am. These flowers have changed my life. Diane, has changed my life. And I guess God has changed my life. And I don't know what's about to unfold. It's scary as fuck. I don't want to break my lease. I don't want to leave my job. Like, I don't want to do those things. That's fucking scary. That's fucking hard. But so is living a life that's not meant for you. I don't know where I became this wise woman, but that ain't meant for you, bro. Corporate jobs are not meant for you, bro. Getting a car that you can't afford is not meant for you. Settling down in a house at 24 is not meant for you. Being in cement suburbia is not meant for you. Not seeing nature is not meant for you. Working at coffee shops is meant for you. Connecting with community is meant for you. Walking on a beach is meant for you. Exercising outside is meant for you. What am I doing? I'm not listening. It's right in front of you. So just remember, guys, do you wake up every day living a life that your soul feels fulfilled in? That's the question. You might think I'm fucking crazy. I just had a therapy session with myself. If this helps a single person in their life, one person, even if it's my own friend and I gain no subscribers, that's fine. But I'm glad I could share this world and I could share a first-hand experience of a broken 16-year-old girl, I'm not 16 now, when my dad died, who felt lost, who still feels lost. God does speak to you through people. Diane was a vessel. She doesn't even know I'm making this video. She has changed my life and I hope that I can help you start your journey of changing yours. I don't know what's about to happen, bro. Oh, good luck, guys. I love you. I'm not even gonna tell you to like and subscribe because I just wanted to share this message.